Hey guys, first of the modifications for the new Ford Ranger. And this one's to do with panel protection and paint. So we're going to have a full PPF wrap of the new Ranger. I'm off now to meet a guy called Aaron from Dentless in Wangara, and he's going to be the one spearheading the wrap on the vehicle, him and his team. So yeah, look, obviously I went for a black car this time around, had a white previously, but with black there is a bit more maintenance, especially for a four-wheel drive. So yeah, I was keen to explore options. There were a few on the market and I've landed with PPF. So when we chat to Aaron, I'll talk about why we've gone that route and the benefits, etc. of PPF. Let's meet him now. So I'm here with Aaron from Dentless in Wangara. We've been chatting for a few weeks now.
We have.
Haven't we? So obviously have the new Ranger here. It's unmodified, it's bone stock at the moment. I've gone for black, so bit of a bold choice with colour. But given I do use the vehicle off-road, I was keen to see what my options were to protect the paint. You know, I'm going to be scrubbing up against bushes and those sort of things. So I started to explore online and I came across a few options. PPF was popping up, but knew pretty much nothing about it. So I started to have a conversation with Aaron here, and it looks like it's going to be a great option for me for the Ranger. So Aaron, maybe you can just tell us, how did you get involved with PPF?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit about what you do as well. And
yeah. So I mean, we do paintless dent repair is probably the main part of our business. We also have two specialists. One that is a specialist in window tint. He's been doing it 17 years. He's done a lot of paint protection film over the years as well. And we've also got another gentleman who's been specialising in ceramic coatings, and we brought him on board as well to do paint protection film. So it's kind of evolved into our business because of the market itself and the need for it. In Australia, it's 1% of new cars get paint protection film. In America, it's about 12%. So it's a really new product into the world, especially into Australia for that matter. And obviously for drivers, it's the best possible protection you can have for people who go bush scratching like yourself and myself as well. So there's no other better option basically.
So Aaron, in terms of the paint protection, the PPF, what would you say the main advantages from a four-wheel drive perspective? So obviously I know some people go with ceramic coating on paint. Can you maybe explain the difference between like ceramic coating and the wrap?
Okay, so most people want some kind of paint protection on their car, or some form of protection for their car. So probably the most popular one is your ceramic coating. That is a liquid that basically goes over the top of your car. It falls into all the pores of your paint is the easiest way to explain it. The excess is wiped off and it leaves a super slick hydrophobic layer over the top of your paintwork. But it's not scratch proof. So for most people with your everyday SUVs, that's perfect. But when we talk about four-wheel drivers, the self-healing properties of paint protection film itself, which is an actual film like that there's a little sample of it that goes over the top of your actual paintwork. This is what is getting scratched, not your paintwork, and it is self-healing. So you can literally scratch it with your bush scratchers to a degree. You can't go past a massive trunk and expect it to save your car, but you can go past your bush scratchers. It will scratch up, and essentially in the heat, it will self-heal. So you can, if you go fishing for the afternoon, it will literally disappear over time, or you can pour some more water over it. Heat gun, all those sorts of things will actually heal the film back to how it was.
Yeah, that's quite amazing. I think that's one of the sort of selling points for me, is the sort of self-healing and, you know, the fact that it does regenerate to a degree. I mean, clearly it has its limits, but
like everything.
But I think for most four-wheel drivers, you know, it's mainly sort of bush scraping and those sort of things. You know, it's not hitting major, you know, obstacles, but for that, and probably the size of the vehicles are the areas that are probably going to take most of the damage in that regard. So the good thing is, sort of chatting to Aaron, is like, well, how much do you want to do? Do you want to wrap the full vehicle? You're just looking for protection on the sides, the back, etc. And that obviously makes a big difference on cost as well, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It is an expensive item. It's not like a ceramic coating which you can sort of max out at $2,000. You're not really getting that much for $2,000. It is a bit more expensive than that. but it is a whole different level. So it can be tailored to exactly what you want. Like if you just want to come in and get your wing mirrors done, you can do that. Whereas if you're a bush, someone like us that's going bush, you can do all the sides of your car, leave your bonnet, leave your bumper, leave your roof if you want to, whatever you as a consumer would like.
Yeah, amazing. And I think initially I was probably going for the sides only, but in chatting with Aaron, we've gone with a little bit more, which is good. But for instance, this front of the car here is coming off, so we've got a bull bar coming on, so there's no point wrapping that at all.
Save your money.
Save some money there. Bonnet, for example, you don't probably need the bonnet doing. It's not generally the area that's going to take a lot of the punishment, but it will protect it that little bit more as well. And I really want to retain as much of the original look of this vehicle as possible and keep it looking as nice as I can. So we're also going to do the roof as well. So and I guess in terms of cleaning, Aaron, any kind of advantages?
It's so much easier to clean. Essentially, your dirt is not sticking to paintwork. It is sitting on top of your paint protection film, so it is a lot more hydrophobic. It will be a lot easier to just essentially wipe off. And with your lovely black car, even when you're trying to wash it with a sponge or a microfiber cloth, you can still very easily scratch your black car with a microfiber cloth. You can go crazy now. Like you can scrub this to the nth degree and you're not going to scratch it. So it is fantastic against stone chips as well. So that's probably the main thing as well. Your original paint, coming back to what I do with paintless dent repair side of things as well, your paint is literally the most expensive and the best value thing for your whole car. No one wants to buy a car that's been in an accident. How do we know that? It's been repainted. The first thing a car yard does is look at, does the car have original paint? If it doesn't have original paint, question marks keep popping up. So you have to understand resale value in that side of things.
We're also getting window tinting done as well, so I think that'll help with the aesthetics, but also just a bit of heat in the summer months. So so that's good. So Aaron's team do all that as well, which is great, and they can also get a ceramic protection on your rims as well. So if you're looking to do wheels and tyres, that's something that you guys offer as well.
It makes it a lot easier to clean. No one likes getting brake dust off their rims. Just gives you an example of how much it stretches. It stretches 435% of its own. It will go through, but look at the pressure to get that through. That's pretty strong. Did you want me to put it on your bonnet and scratch it?
Yeah, let's do it.
No, it's not. I'm still confident, but we don't judge anything like that.
Yeah, so we're just going to scratch up as a sample, isn't it, here, to show the process. So, okay, over to the expert.
Essentially, you don't really want to do this to your car, but it is a fantastic idea and showpiece. You can sit there.
Oh, that noise. And let me just, you can see obviously there's a few scratches there. Let's get it in the light. Don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, there you can see.
So as the film gets to its desired temperature, you can literally see the scratches just slowly disappear. And this will self-heal in the sun.
So one thing to note, I am actually paying for the work on the Ranger. Aaron's doing a good price for me, but I am paying out of my own money. So this is not a sponsorship. This is something I wanted to do on the car. Aaron's been great to kind of explain the process and what's involved. Obviously, if it's something that you're interested in, you can reach out and discuss your personal circumstance. But yeah, really keen to see the final results. It's not going to be the most impressive of reveals because obviously it's clear, but it will obviously give that protection on the vehicle to give me a bit of peace of mind when I take this off bush. Okay, it's an exciting morning. I'm here at Dentless. Aaron and his team have been busy for the last 3 days on the Ranger, wrapping the vehicle. So I'm just going to come in now and check it out. Here we go. How you going? Oh wow, there it is. That looks super shiny. Wow. I know I said before, this might not be the most impressive of reveals, but actually it does look different. I'm actually quite surprised.
It's hard to hide something invisible.
Yeah, and this lighting, wow, it's really making the colours pop. All right, Aaron, I might just have to have a bit of a chat with you about this.
Yeah, go for it.
Because yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I know I've said before this is not going to be an impressive reveal, but it does look shiny, does look glossy. So I guess with me going clear, would that be sort of accentuating the colours and making it?
Yeah, well, the film does have a gloss enhancement to it, so it will look shinier than when you picked it up from your dealership. Yeah. It's probably cleaned a whole lot more, to a higher level as well than what a dealership will clean it as well. So yeah, it does look different.
Amazing. So I dropped this off on Monday. It's Wednesday now, so the guys have been working on it for sort of 3 days.
Yep.
So
yeah, basically takes about, for what we did with your car, which is basically the entire vehicle other than the bumper, it takes about 2.5 days. Then we'd have about half a day to QA it. We also did the window tint as well. It takes a few hours. So yeah, about 3 days.
Yeah. And I believe this is not your first Ranger. It might be your second or something like that.
It's about our fourth now.
Next gen. Yep. And how do you find wrapping one of these compared to other vehicles that you've worked on?
Well, it's great because we've got the template. So we're one of only a couple of places in Perth that actually have access to the template. So having everything pre-cut makes it a massive difference for the consumer. Yeah. You get a better finish, and it makes our job a little bit easier as well. When it's not a custom install, it's essentially we're picking the panels that you've chosen and getting it cut onto the vehicle.
Yeah, awesome. Well, as I said, you've done an amazing job. I'm going to check out the car now a little bit closer, but from a distance, it looks amazing.
Well, it's not me. I didn't actually do it. It's my boys. They're fantastic. Aaron, Adam and Darren, they did a great job.
Yeah, awesome. And we had the tint done as well. So one thing you might notice is it's looking a little bit darker on the sides, which is awesome. So I think being black, it really needs that. But that'll be good in summer. So there we go. Nice and dark windows. Those of you with a keen eye will notice one other mod, but I won't mention that now. That's for another time, but let us know in the comments if you notice. And on the next gen Ranger as well, you can see the actual words Ranger is embossed on the tailgate there. That's actually a really tricky thing to wrap. And we actually talked about sort of cutting out maybe some squares around the letters. The guys have actually gone right over it, haven't they?
Filled it all in, yeah. Very time consuming, but they did a fantastic job. Yeah, and it is the right way to do it. If you can get it to that high level, it is the best result for you as a customer.
So, I mean, from my perspective, I don't see too many negatives with what we've done. It looks amazing. It's going to keep the car obviously protected whilst I'm going off road. It'll be easier to clean. So, which is amazing. I guess the only downside is the cost investment involved in doing it, and and that's something to be aware of. If you want to go down this path, but if you're planning like me to keep the vehicle for a while, and you want to take it off road and you want to keep it looking new, then I see it as an investment. It'll help with the resale and other things as well. So, but it is an additional cost. I mean, Aaron, for example, at Dentless, they do other services like ceramic coating as well. I think we touched on that a bit earlier, but that is another option, if it's more sort of day-to-day driving and you want to keep it looking good and easy to clean. But for the ultimate protection, this is really the way to go, isn't it?
It is. For your full drivers who are using it for full driving, it's the best protection. But you don't have to do the entire vehicle. You can choose whatever you like.
Yeah, that's a really good point, isn't
Absolutely.
it? So, if you want that bush protection, only, you could maybe ceramic coat your bonnet and your roof, and do PPF on the side panels, for example. So it's
absolutely
another way to go. And
that's super common. We've done a few of those already.
Yeah.
Do lots of 200 series and 300 series doing exactly that.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm pumped. I'm pumped to get it back and on the road and see what it's like in the sun. But
you need to get it in the bush now.
I need to get it in the bush. Yeah. So that's probably the next one. We'll do some scrubbing. We'll see how it comes up. But I'm confident after seeing the test that we did with Aaron and doing the wire brush. I'm sure it'll handle a few twigs and sticks and things, which would be good. So yeah, thanks again for you and your team.
Pleasure.
Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Heaps more Ranger content coming, so stay tuned, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, this will be the cleanest it ever looks again.